On to the awards we're giving out here this evening. The Tony Gwynn Award, presented by Franklin Sports. Baseball America's Lifetime Achievement Award was presented in memory of Tony Gwynn last year, and the award was renamed in his honor. Adam Franklin of Franklin Sports is here to present the Tony Gwynn Award, presented by Franklin Sports. Come on up.
How's everybody doing? As many of you in this room know, 20 years ago, the sport of baseball was in a much different place. The baseball work stoppage of '94 led to the cancellation of the World Series, and fan unrest was at an all-time high. The hot topic about the future of the game was not growth, but contraction. Even the winter meetings, a highlight on the calendar of everyone who works in baseball, were not what they had been. Because of the labor problems in baseball and because relations between the major and the minor leagues were at an all-time low, major league teams and executives didn't even attend the winter meetings throughout the 90s. Enter Cal Ripken Jr. Now, it would be wrong to give Cal all the credit for the amazing transformation we have seen in baseball over the last 21 years. But anyone who was alive the night of September 6, 1995, I was only 15 years old, when the number on the warehouse in the right field of Baltimore moved up to 2,131. We will never forget the feeling or the magic of the moment when Cal broke Lou Gehrig's consecutive game streak. When the game became official and Cal's curtain call got extended to a triumphant lap around the ballpark simply because the fans would not stop cheering. Well, it was a reminder that baseball can be magic. I remember watching the game at home on TV and knowing that my dad was up in Cal's suite. Baseball's problems did not go away that night, but the healing certainly began. In the years followed, the sport of baseball has taken off, and so too has Ripken. His playing career ended in 2001, an illustrious 21 seasons that included 3,184 hits, 2 American League MVP awards, and election to the All-Star Game every year from 1983 through 2001. He was selected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2007, and beyond that, he has been just as successful in his post-playing career as he was on the field, starting Ripken Baseball in his hometown of Aberdeen, Maryland. Ripken Baseball owns minor league franchises and baseball training facilities, but more than anything else, it is focused on youth baseball and communicating the Ripken way to players across the country. So when Baseball America and Franklin Sports were selecting the winner of this year's Tony Gwynn Award, which recognizes a lifetime of achievement in the game, it was not a difficult choice. Personally, I am extremely proud to say that both Cal and Tony Gwynn wore Franklin batting gloves for their entire careers, and they are an instrumental part of my family company's history. It is an absolute privilege to be honoring Cal Ripken Jr. for everything he has done and will continue to do for the game of baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, Cal Ripken.
Well, thank you. Taking a picture? Sure. Oh, it is. Big photo. Yeah, I just want to say I'm extremely honored to get this award in Tony Gwynn's name. When I think of Tony Gwynn, I just laugh and remember a few special times that I had with him, and maybe I'll share a couple of those with you. I know the All-Star Game was one that we always talked about, and this was when the All-Star Game didn't count, but we still played it pretty hard. The game in Pittsburgh, I remember we went 14 innings. I played every one of the 14 innings, and Tony Gwynn was on first base, and Moises Alou hit a double in left center field. Albert Bell went out and retrieved the ball. I was a shortstop, relaying the ball to home, and Tony Gwynn was trying to score. I catch the ball, and I turn around and throw a good one-hopper to home plate. I think Pudge Rodriguez caught the ball, put the tag down. It looked like he was dead out to me. And they called him safe, and the game was over on that play. So for years, we just argued back and forth whether he was safe or whether he was out. And I still maintain my position. He was out. And I'm sure if Tony was here today, he would tell you that, that he was safe. I really had the great fortune of going into the Hall of Fame with Tony Gwynn. And that can be a happy occasion, and it can be a little stressful. But being with Tony for that whole time, he made it a wonderful experience all the way around. But we did share some anxieties or a couple worries. There was this sort of rumor that there was some sort of hazing that goes on at the Hall of Fame, and we're too proud and we don't like to be embarrassed too much, so we were talking about what that could be. And so we were very skeptical, and I think we got ourselves both worked up going into the Hall of Fame. And so Johnny Bench, one of the mainstays there, he comes up to me and says, when this is all over, I need 5 minutes of your time. And I go, well, okay, but what's it for? He goes, no, you'll find out. And then he goes up and tells Tony Gwynn the same thing. He goes, when this is all over, I need 5 minutes of your time. And then Tony said the same thing as I did. So we started talking to each other, kind of worrying about what that 5 minutes could be. So at the end of the whole thing, we take the picture out by the lake, and then we come up where it's just the Hall of Famers are going to enjoy a dinner there. And Johnny says, okay, now's the time. And so he says, come on over here. You sit down in that rocking chair next to me. Tony, you sit over there in that rocking chair. So here we are, rocking, looking around, and we're thinking something's going to happen to us. And I'm looking over my shoulder, and Johnny Bench says, he goes, you guys have been pulled in many different directions, but all I want to do is take 5 minutes and just think how cool this is to be in the Hall of Fame. And so Tony Gwynn and I looked at each other and said, we ruined it. We ruined the moment, because we were worried that something was going to happen to us. So Johnny Bench went on to say that somebody did that for him, and he's carried on that tradition. So that was a wonderful, wonderful tradition. And so I miss Tony. And he brought a lot of joy to all of us. He played the game the right way, good guy, had an infectious smile. And I'm thankful, for one, to have a chance to spend so much time with him. So again, thank you very much for this award in his name. Thank you.